Hello my friends, Asoka the Geek here, and for this video we're going to take a look at a bunch of vintage Total Justice and JLA action figures from Kenner. So give a little backstory on these figures for me personally. I had all of them. These came out in 1998 that is, and I had purchased all of these. I've been collecting DC figures for a long time obviously, and so I had all of these over the years. I ended up kind of selling them, giving them away as I got into DC Direct and Mattel and McFarlane Toys and whatnot. But man, I gotta tell you, I always kind of regretted not keeping a set of these figures because I really, sorry I hit the camera there, really loved these figures when they came out. And I've always wanted to buy them again. So I was at WonderCon this past weekend, and this guy at one of the booths was selling them, the ones you're seeing here, and so I couldn't pass them up. I got a great deal on all these figures, and I figured, what the heck? It's kind of one of those things you do at a con, right? You just kind of see a figure or a set of figures you've been eyeing, and it's right there, and it's hard to pass up. Toyshiz was with me. He bought his own things. If you go watch this video, you'll see what he bought from WonderCon. But he was very supportive of this, because he is also a fan of this line. But yeah, there you go. You got Connor Kent, for God's sakes. But, what is Total Justice? What is this line you're looking at for those of you who are maybe younger, who aren't familiar? So, the line started out as Total Justice. This is the first wave of figures in this branding, Total Justice, right? Very comic book accurate figures for the time, right? These are based on designs right from the comic book. So that was what really drew me to this line, because I was reading the comic books, and finally we were getting, not just a Batman and Superman line, but we were getting comic book accurate figures. So you can see we have Aquaman, The Flash, Green Lantern, Darkseid, Robin, and Batman. Those were part of the first wave or so. And then as the line progressed, they did a few more waves. Then eventually it became this JLA line. And I don't remember if this JLA line was available in stores. I want to say it was only showing up in comic book stores, and you kind of had to order them. But my memory is a little bit fuzzy on that, so if someone in the comments, please correct me if I'm wrong. But the JLA line consisted of single card figures, and they had a few sets of 5. You had a Lex Luthor and Joker. You had Zor-El. Zor-El, for example, is a figure who isn't even available still. He's only been available in the JLA line. Anyways, so yeah, it was a fun line to collect. It was a comic book accurate line, and yeah, it was just great to kind of have this back in the day. But yeah, I'm so excited to finally have them back. I'm clearing off the shelves as we speak to make room for these guys. You know me, guys, I don't mind mixing up scales and things like that. So yeah, these are going to go on the shelf along with McFarlane. So there you go. Anyways, without further ado, enough of my rambling opening here. Let's get these guys out of the packaging and take a closer look. Alright, so here they are all outside of the box. Now, for those of you who are just curious how these scale with McFarlane Toys, they don't at all. Here is the Flash. As you can see, these are more like 5-inch scaled figures. So yeah, they do not scale at all with McFarlane Toys. So we'll get that out of the way. I just wanted to kind of show you in case you're curious. But back to these guys. Let's talk about each one of these figures. So first of all, here's the Batman in the JLA line. This obviously, I believe, is a Batman Forever figure that's kind of been repainted and rejigged to be included. While I like this figure and the design and all that, it doesn't really fit in very well with these other figures. For example, with Superman here. It's okay, but you could tell it's from a different line. So again, correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks like a repurposed Batman Forever figure. But I don't know. It's not. I'm gonna go with the standard Batman figure. Look at his legs. It's way too close together. It's got to be spread apart like Superman's, right? So yeah, there's the Batman, or one of the Batmans I'll show you. Next up, Superman here. So the first version, or the one that came in the first wave of under the Total Justice branding, had the longer hair, and but I think same body, just different head sculpt. And then there's the cape. It comes off pretty easily, a little too easily, honestly, but that's okay. He's going up on the shelf anyways. As you can see, not much articulation on these guys, And as far as the sculpt and all that, listen, it's the 90s. They were trying to go for some dynamic posing here. I dig them from what they are. For my nostalgia purposes, a fun throwback line now for me. I love them. So there you go. But teach their own, of course. I'll put Superman over there. Next up, Martian Manhunter. And I forget if he was in the Total Justice line or just in the JLA line, but there you go. There's Martian Manhunter. Next up, we have Steel. And I remember this is the suit that he wore in the Grant Morrison, Howard Porter comic books. His, his second version of his suit. I never liked his S. I always like it when he wears a traditional S, personally. But it was cool that we got Steel. And this is from like the expanded JLA line, right? Once you get Zor-El and Steel and Green Arrow and whatnot. Connor Hawk. I still love this Connor Hawk figure. You got to keep him posed like this. You know, it gives you a slot in the back to connect his arrow, but he looks real weird, just kind of in this pose all the time. So you always got to have him posed, perched up like a sniper there. But yeah, the original version of this is a lighter green, and there's a few other variants as well that I ended up ordering off eBay. But anyways, there is Connor Hawk. Very cool. And we just got a Connor Hawk from McFarlane. Next up, we have Hawkman. Love this Hawkman. Post 0 hour Hawkman. Looks great. Love the wings. Love his helmet. The pants look really nice. Oh, this might be my favorite sculpt of the line because it's not as exaggerated as the other ones with the legs. It's still got the legs spreading apart, but you know, I think it's a pretty awesome looking figure. Let's put him back over there. Let him fall over. Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner. There he is, my boy. My Green Lantern. Looks great. Looks great. Very angry. Very upset about something. And a pose there, you know. Ring at the ready. So yeah, there's Kyle Rayner. Superman Blue. Love having a Superman Blue and red in this line. There's the back of it. The other nice thing is these do fit on the McFarlane toy stands, sort of. It just sort of fell, but you can get it to stay there. It won't stay connected, but it'll stay kind of sitting on it at least. Aquaman, and I put a piece of his Total Justice armor. So the Total Justice waves came with these armor pieces you could attach, and then the JLA waves kind of did away with that. So yeah, there he is. And this had a few different versions. There's like a version with a gold armor piece there, a silver one. But this is kind of the standard black version there. Good looking Aquaman, you know? 90s Peter David era Aquaman. All right. Then Superman Red. And I left him on his JLA stand so you can see how it looks. It's a nice stand. I love that JLA logo. It just takes up a lot of space, you know? So I probably won't use these stands, but wanted to show you kind of what it looks like. It's nice that they included those, though. There he is, Superman Red. Put him back. All right, he's not going to stand. Okay, there's Batman with a McFarlane stand on him. This is the Batman I'm going to keep displayed because I'm displaying it because I like this goofy line with the, legs spread apart like that. I love it. It's awesome. And as you can see, comparing it to the other Batman, yeah, they don't they're from the same line at all, but there you go. There's a few other Batmans that were released. I think, one other Batman with some cool armor on it that I have not purchased yet. It looks like Hawkman wings on him, but there you go. There's Batman. I also do have a Wonder Woman here. Let me grab her real quick. Or maybe not. All right, we'll come back to Wonder Woman. I had a Wonder Woman that I had ordered already, but I couldn't grab her from the pile of figures. I'm doing a little rearranging here, my friends, so I'll do another video showing the whole set completed with Wonder Woman and a few other figures. But anyways, there you go. There's your look at some Total Justice figures. What do you guys think? For those of you who were there in '98 and bought these as teenagers or kids, do you remember these fondly? For those of you who've never seen these before, what do you look like? What is an unbiased opinion of these figures, because obviously I'm jaded with nostalgia and just a love for this era. But what do you guys think? And yeah, again, man, JLA, Grant Morrison, Howard Porter's run, one of my favorite runs of any comic book series. To have figures coming out at the same time reflecting that run was just awesome. And yeah, I'm excited to put these back on the shelf, excited to have them. And yeah, there you go. There's your look at some Total Justice figures. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.